The last video just needs to go over how to save your video file. So before I do that, we're going to go up to File, but I just want to point out there are these little markers that you may or may not have noticed, and they can actually be really important. They're going to set the area that is going to be made into a video file. They're called the work area. And if I click and drag, for example, if this first marker starts over here, then when I save this video file, this part is not included. So it's really important to just sort of double check and make sure that you have the marker all the way at the beginning of the timeline, and the second marker, the end marker, is all the way at the end of your your video clips here. Okay, so if you have any kind of problems and it turns out that only 2 seconds of your video is rendered, check those markers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File, Export, Render Video. And there are a whole bunch of different properties to look at here. First of all, just notice that the name is just going to give it whatever name you originally had for your hyperreality. And it's automatically picking an MP4, which is actually really good for us. And then notice where it's going to save it. You can also select folder. And in terms of format and preset, we're going to use a preset here because yours is probably showing up as the size of your Photoshop file, which is really large. And I'd like you to use the preset of YouTube, the YouTube high definition 720 at 99.97. So that's 29.97. That's 29 frames per second, which is standard rate for video playback. So I'm going to choose that one, the YouTube high definition 720, and that automatically reduced down my preset size. So now this video is going to be 1280 by 720. And everything else we're actually just going to leave alone. This is another area though that if I wanted to control, so how many of my frames, not the entire video I want to have rendered, I could change it here. But that's all, and now I'm going to press the render button, and I've already rendered it, so I'm just going to cancel that out. It will take a couple of minutes, and it sort of depends on how many effects you've added, but you know, it could take up to 5 minutes or so. 10 seconds really shouldn't take that long though. And now I'll just go and open it up so you can see you should now have an MP4 video. And I'm just going to double click that, and so you can see, and it's going to play. And there's my little video that this is the one that you're going to be able to share on Blackboard and what you will actually be submitting to me.